Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Allie and today we're on our way to San Pedro to check out a new space that I've never been to called the Wunderkammer, which also stands for the Cabinet of Curiosities. There's supposed to be a ton of vintage, relics, curiosities, and I'm so excited to bring you along. Let's check it out. Back in the 16th and 17th centuries, people would collect beautiful, unusual, and sometimes mysterious items to display in their homes. Things like shells, antique books, old scientific tools, and natural oddities. These collections were meant to inspire wonder and spark conversation. That's exactly what this place feels like to me. It's part vintage store, part museum of the unexpected. There's something a little spooky and a little magical, and you just never know what's going to be around each corner. I love these vintage black candle holders. I thought they'd be perfect for everyday decor, but also could be dressed up during spooky season. I also love the addition of the natural beeswax candles in these. This booth also had haunting portraits, ornate mirrors, and timeless jewelry pieces that I could honestly spend all day looking at. There were some other portraits like this one of this goddess-like figure with the dog by her side that I absolutely loved. There were also beautiful pictures and paintings of floral arrangements in ornate frames that I absolutely loved and could see styled in a gallery wall. Just look at these frames. The furniture was another wonder to my eyes. Just look at this display hutch. The rich color of the wood, those quirky little feet, it's full of character. It's the kind of piece that brings a lot of charm and warmth into a room. I can just imagine it filled with dishes, antique books, maybe some curiosities in the fall, but it's really an all year round piece. Just lovely. This next booth felt like stepping straight back into the 80s or 90s Hollywood video store. I could almost hear the hum of the VHS rewinder and feel that weekend excitement of picking out the perfect movie. The setup was so nostalgic. It was like walking up to the counter to check out a stack of tapes and, of course, grabbing some treats on the way out. This booth got me thinking that it would be really cool to style a little Halloween movie nook at home. I could definitely see myself stacking up some vintage VHS tapes next to my cozy chair, light up my favorite candle, and pop some popcorn to fill into a retro popcorn bowl for just the perfect fall movie night. This next booth was especially cool. It's home to the Bone Clones, a company known for creating museum-quality replicas of real animals and human skeletons. Their pieces are used in museums, universities, and even on film sets. They're incredibly detailed. These aren't Halloween props. They're true scientific reproductions made to study, admire, and display. I was completely captivated by the megalodon shark jaws. Can you imagine that creature swimming through prehistoric oceans? This whole setup felt like a true cabinet of curiosities, one of the most inspiring displays I've seen. Mysterious, educational, and absolutely stunning. I absolutely adore Miss Havisham's Curiosities. This artist takes delicate vintage style teacups and saucers, those pieces that we often think of as prim and proper, and gives them a twist. Each one features a clever satirical phrase printed right onto the china. It's like your grandmother's teacup, but with a bite. She has darkly humorous and downright cheeky, unexpected, and delightful phrases. I love that they work with both conversational pieces and as decorative accents. You can display them in a china cabinet, prop one on a bookshelf, or even use them for a spooky little tea party in the fall. And honestly, they're just fun all year round. Someone call Scooby-Doo. These treasures feel like they came straight out of a haunted mansion, full of mystery and charm. I found the most fascinating mix of antiques here, like intricate model ships, ornate beer steins, and well-worn antique books, and curious little trinkets that feel like they've lived 100 years. Every item told a story. Some were a little eerie, others just beautifully aged. It was the perfect blend of spooky and sophisticated, which makes pieces like these so versatile. Whether you're styling a moody Halloween shelf or curating a year-round vintage display, treasures like these really bring warmth, history, and just a hint of ghostly intrigue to your home. The Wunderkammer isn't just about antiques. It also features incredible artist-made pieces. I loved this collection with death's head moths on plates, beetles on coasters, planters, and trinket dishes. It's the perfect blend of elegance and oddity, just right for Halloween or for adding a little mischief to your home year-round. The peculiar curio creates some of the most fascinating pieces. Their mix of vintage clocks, insects, and oddities, all carefully arranged into sculptural vignettes. It feels part Victorian science lab, part steampunk, and entirely unique. Each piece draws you in with its detail and unusual charm. They make incredible conversation pieces, perfect for anyone who loves art that's a little eerie and completely original. I loved the scale of the items in this booth. Everything felt larger than life. The back wall was covered in bold, eye-catching art pieces that would make incredible focal points in any room. And this mannequin phone, absolutely serving Tim Burton energy. Totally unforgettable. One of my absolute favorite stops was The Night October Ends, a shop that feels like walking straight into the memory of Halloween night. Everything here is steeped in nostalgia, from the handmade ghosts and pumpkins to the vintage Halloween masks that brought me right back to childhood. They even had glowing uranium glass on display under black light. It was absolutely mesmerizing. And the little goodie bags? They look just like the kind you'd pull out of your trick-or-treat bag, filled with surprises and a little bit of magic. This booth felt like a love letter to Halloween. The Velvet Apparition is always a standout for me. Her booth is beautifully curated collection that leans into the Memento mori-style art and antique oddities, which is just the right touch of mystery. I love how she blends antique portraits, taxidermy, and funerary art into a space that feels thoughtful and just a little spooky. Her booth design is always stunning, and I take so much inspiration from her design. I always have the best time exploring her collection. It's a treasure trove for those of us who love vintage with a darker, more poetic edge. Thank you so much for joining me today at my new favorite spot, the Wunderkammer. I only scratched the surface of what this incredible store has to offer. There's a whole other section filled with even more artists, makers, and curiosities, and yes, even a cozy little coffee shop to recharge between treasure hunting. I hope this video inspired you to add a little curiosity and character into your own home, or maybe even plan a visit to explore in person. Don't forget to like and subscribe, especially as we get closer to fall and spooky season. We've got so many more antique shops and vintage decor adventures ahead. Bye for now.